Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're going to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge R940xa server. In this video we're going to specifically focus on memory. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. It's a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge R940xa server. Do us a favor, if you find anything that helps you in this video, click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, we'll top in. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the different speeds, the different sizes of the modules. We're going to go over the different types of DIMMs you can use. And then at the very end, we're going to even show you how to install your memory. So let's go ahead and hop into the good stuff. The R940xa runs on DDR4 memory. There are 48 DIMM slots inside. It takes a number of different speeds. You can go as low as 2133, 2400, 2666, 2933, or all the way up to 3200. But I did want to note with the 3200, it will clock down. The fastest true speed that you're going to get is 2933, and really it depends on the type of processor that you have. Some of your processors may only support up to 2666, so it will clock down further. So again, it depends on what kind of proc you have, and if you're not sure, hey, drop our sales email a line, just sales@cloudninjas.com, and we can help you figure out what speed is perfect for the proc that you have inside. All right, it takes a number of different sizes as well. You can go as low as a 4 gig, an 8 gig, a 16 gig, a 32 gig, 64 gig, a 128 gig, a 256 gig, 512 gig. That doesn't sound right. Well, it depends on what type of RAM you use. So let's compare the different types of RAM. So with ECC Registered, the max that you're going to get is 3 terabytes using 4864 gigs at 2933 speed. And again, I should have actually mentioned this earlier when we were talking about speeds, that if you want to use 2933 speeds, you do need to have a second gen scalable proc. Even to use the 3200 and have it clocked down, you do need to have a second gen scalable proc and an updated BIOS. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. It's a little finicky, so we always tell people make sure that you have a second gen scalable proc. So if you're running into that issue and you're like, hey, why can't I get these DIMMs to work? It might be just because your proc is a first gen scalable as opposed to a second gen scalable. Update your BIOS first to see, but that might be a problem that you're running into, and hopefully that helps someone at home. So the next thing to go to is load reduce modules, and with load reduce modules you can get up to 6 terabytes using 48 128 gigabytes at 2933 speed. Now the real winner here is going to be Intel Optane, and this is actually a division of Intel that's not even in business anymore, but back when the Optane line was out, you could put in a 128 gig, a 256 gig, or a 512 gigabyte module. Yes, that's one single module. Now there's some catches here. You can't load up 48 of them. You can only put them in every other DIMM slot, or at the start of each channel essentially. So you could put in 24 Intel Optane 512 gigabytes plus 24 128 gigabyte load reduce modules, and the combination is going to get you to 15 terabytes of RAM. I think it's 15.36 to be exact, but that's insane. If you are actually using 15 terabytes in your application, hey, do drop a comment down below, because I would love to hear what you're using for, because that is an insane amount of memory as a whole. So all right, now that we know a little bit more about the different types, the sizes, the speeds, let's show you how to physically install them. But before we do, I'm going to grab my ESD gear. Be right back. All right, I have my ESD gear on. We are safe to handle the memory modules and work inside our machine, so all we're going to need for this is just the memory modules themselves, and that's it. So we're going to pop our latch and go ahead and start the install. Alright, so to start, you're going to unscrew these 2 blue screws with a regular old Phillips head screwdriver. So one thing you'll also notice is that I'm using a manual screwdriver. I'm a big fan of the manual screwdrivers as opposed to the electric or the automatic. The electric ones, while they're very handy, tend to strip the screws a little bit more. Once those are properly unscrewed, you're going to take these 2 ends, you're going to pull them inwards and lift to remove the bracket. Now you're going to take this cover off by pushing these 2 levers inward and just lift straight up. Set that to the side. Alright, next thing we're going to do is move these cables to the side. Just take the cables out from under the hooks, and we're going to set them to the side for now. Now you're going to remove the air baffle. Essentially, you're just going to use both sides. You're going to press outward and lift straight up. So yes, press outward and just lift straight up. Very easy. Alright, you can see the 4 heat sinks on top of the CPUs. The next step we're going to do is remove these 2 risers. Alright, so all you're going to do is use this blue lever, push it forward to unlock, and you're going to be able to lift the riser straight up. Same thing for the next riser, just going to push the lever forward and lift the riser straight up. Now we can remove the second part of the air baffle. All you must do is go to the sides and make sure you unhook the baffle here, and once you have it unhooked, you can just lift it straight up. And now we can finally see inside of our server clearly, and we have access to all 4 heatsinks.
Now we will remove the cooling fans. First, you are going to flip up these blue levers on the side and pull straight up to remove the fans. Now we have changed position so you guys can have a better visual of the DIMM slots. Here's the CPUs and here are the memory channels. We will show you how to maximize your memory channels. First though, let's show you how the DIMM slots are labeled in this server. Every channel will have white tabs or black tabs. White indicates that it's a primary channel, and black indicates that it's a secondary channel. Let's go ahead and start numbering these DIMM slots. Your first one is going to be A1, second one is going to be B1, flip over to this side, and this is going to be your C1, and over here is your D1. Then go back to the first, and this will be your A2. Then this is your B2, C2, D2, A3, B3, C3, and D3. Then you have your A4, your B4, your C4, and your D4. Next you'll have your A5, your B5, C5, and D5. Next you'll have your A6, B6, C6, D6. And that is how the DIMM slots will be numbered in order to fully utilize your 4 CPUs. So, first things first, we're going to open all of our channels and then prepare them for the memory install. I like to just make sure that all the clips are open and ready to use. Alright, let's show you how to actually install your DIMM modules into your server. Make sure these latches are open. Each memory has a lead in the middle. Should look something like this. When you install your DIMM, it's important to make sure that the notch lines up to this middle line in the channel. Now, as you install the DIMM, you want to listen to and hear a click sound. Once you hear that sound, you know that your DIMM is properly installed. If you didn't hear the click sound, make sure that the tabs are properly secure and holding the DIMM. A lot of times people have this common mistake. Just make sure that the DIMM is secured into the slot and the tabs are holding the module. Alright, so now we're going to fast forward to show all the memory channels slotted with a DIMM. Be right back. Alright, and as you can see here, this is what it'll look like when all the memory is installed into your Dell PowerEdge R940xa server. Hey, do us a favor, click that like and smash the subscribe. And if you're looking for any custom built Asus, ASRock, Supermicro, HPE, Dell, we have tons of servers that are new or refurbished. Just go ahead and give us a call or email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys.